Okay, so let's talk about what's on these builds. Starting with the 1500, let's take it from the front.
So here we have our new Thumper Fab Elite bumper, and this is a very special bumper. For the first time, we have built a bumper that you can either put a 12,000 pound truck winch on there, or you can buy a conversion kit to just run a regular ATV winch like the ones you would have on a regular Ranger.
So you could run the stock winch that may have come with your North Star, or if you really start to get and loading this up, something a little more substantial, maybe a truck winch.
Right. You can also have your options for what lights you want to run in there. We have 6-inch slim row lights. We have D-rings available.
So that's the factory light that came in the bumper. It fits the Thumper Fab bumper?
Yes, we did a version of, if you have the bumper from the factory with the lights in it, you can use your factory lights. Or if you have a different version that doesn't come with the lights, we have an option to put our Thumper Fab lights in there.
Nice. These are awesome. Factory lights, or run the dual row stealth LED optics. Yep.
So the bull bar is optional as well. If you don't like the look with the bull bar, we can sell it to you with or without it.
Pretty cool to have the option, really customize it to your rig. So if you kind of want more of a low profile look, no bull bar. Want a little bit more protection, especially for that hood, looks good with that bull bar. So also on this 1500, one of the reasons why we're able to run these massive 35 Bravens is the long travel setup. Tell us a little bit about the long travel on this one.
Yeah, this is the all new Thumper Fab Elite long travel suspension for the 1500. And we've been testing and tuning, trying to get the perfect ride. This one here is a little bit wider than the older version, and it has a lot more beefier parts in it.
Box design, gonna handle the weight and size of this 1500 a lot better. And a high clearance design too, really helped in these rocks, yeah?
Yeah, as you can see, we got a pretty good bend. The axle's almost in the middle of the A-arm, so we got as much clearance as we could get out of it.
It's nice. I like being able to go do a little trail riding, but also not get hung up on the trail for hours at a time. So
yeah, it definitely will be way beefier than your stock suspension. You don't have to worry about building ROs because they come with a lifetime warranty.
And ride quality. Talk about ride quality, because we've got the all new Fox QS3s on this.
Yeah, man, we have an awesome ride with these shocks. This is all new for the Ranger, and they're also a custom link for our suspension. So it's amazing how much more travel we got out of it.
So you can definitely step it up if you're really wanting that premium ride quality, that adjustability that the Foxes are gonna allow. We'll also have the option to run even the stock shock though. That's pretty unique too.
Yeah, if you're price-minded and you want to run the stock shocks, or you just can't get the Fox shocks now, we have the option to use your stock shocks. You don't want to invest in these Fox shocks, we have a relocation bracket to run your stock shocks, and it will ride good with those as well.
Options are always great, so run stock for a while, see how you like it. If you really want to step up to that premium ride quality, the Foxes are ready for you.
Yeah, the Foxes are definitely the way to go.
So while we're talking about the long travel, what else does the long travel come with? Because it is definitely a wider stance. So we've got to replace a lot on the vehicle to get it that wider stance. So tell me about what comes with the long travel.
Well, we have the Cobra axles. You have a choice between Cobra axles or the King Cobras, which is a chrome moly axle. You also have a tie rod choice. We have a billet tie rod, or you can go with a welded steel tie rod. It comes with kryptonite ends and an outer heim joint. Also, our brake lines are a complete brake line system. They are not extended brake lines, so it's a way better design than other people.
Nice. So a complete brake line replacement, not just a little extension that's going to have you a banjo joint hanging up in your suspension somewhere. Complete full replacement there. Complete axle replacement, not a rebar. Wow, new tie rods that are much beefier than stock. It's a lot more than just control arms.
Yeah, it's a complete system. You don't have any more of your stock components as far as the moving components of your suspension. So it's definitely beefier than what you would have with any other kits.
Nice. So overall, it really transforms the vehicle from the frame down. And really makes this ride a lot more like our Razor, really.
Right, with the Fox shocks you get up to like 4 inches more travel, so it's an amazing difference in ride quality.
Really transformational ride quality out of a Ranger that no one would expect.
Yeah, it's definitely going to change the Ranger world.
Also pretty cool, because it's a Ranger, we can load 6 people up in this thing. So, I mean, I love my Razor. It's nice. Taking only 4 people though, we got a lot more friends we can take, or family, and we can have a trail rig in a Ranger. So ride quality is great, but probably just as transformational is the overall stance and how that really plays into especially some off-camber and tricky situations. Like, talk to me about that.
With the increased width, you won't have the same tip over point as you would with the stock unit because it's way wider. Also, with it being wider, you increase your ground clearance, so you'll be able to clear over bigger rocks and obstacles.
Nice. I like this not as tippy, especially in this this Ranger. It's a lot taller than a Razor or a Maverick, so and I like a wider footprint. This is sounding better for the trail ride right now.
Yeah, a lot of drivers are not used to riding in big rocks, and they can really perform better whenever they try out our new suspension kit.
All right, ready?
Hate me like one of your French girls.
All right, so we're under here taking a look at the rock sliders and how well they performed. Yeah, I can definitely see we've got some new custom engraving here, but hey, the stock plastics, the doors, all okay. Rock sliders, I'm liking it. They survived.
So another cool product we have here at Thumper Fab is the utility jug holder. You can see we're off camera right now and it's still holding the jug straight up and down. This is a really good product for everyone that needs a utility jug. The all-new Thumper Fab Elite bumper for the 1500 Ranger has the option for a 3,500 pound winch. So that means if you're in a bind and you need to go backwards, you have a winch option in the rear. It also has places for toe shackles, and you have a light option for nighttime so you can see when you're needing to use your winch. The bumper also tilts with the bed and allows you to still utilize your dump bed.
Up top, our Thumper Fab roof rack for the XD 1500. Super simple bolt-on installation. Gives you the option to run the KC Pro 6 like we're doing here, or we have a 40-inch slim row option as well. Really gives you the option to customize the overall look, get some extra light up front, and strap down some extra gear. The winch headache rack for the 1500, built-in switch back here for easy operation, especially when you lose the included wireless remote. You got the backup. The Molly web paneling across the back, not only is it customizable, like we've done here in the Turbo Silver to match our Ranger, but it gives us a lot of options for tool storage, rotopack storage, and up top, some extra light mounts. So some of the 1500 models come with a rear cab light. Pretty awesome feature straight from the factory. We didn't want to lose that when you had a headache rack. So we have the option to relocate it to the headache rack. Nice sealed off panel and included wiring. Makes this really simple to install. So out here on the trails, sometimes you can get a little twisted up on the rocks. Something pretty cool about this 1500 is it's got a little door catch there. Keeps it from flying back. It's nice. Even with the chassis pretty well torqued up here and twisted up, door still works pretty easy. Can't say that about all models with doors because we've seen, especially when you get some twisted up on the trail, your door is really hard to get open. 1500's handling it like a champ though. So we've been out here testing this Ranger XP 1000 North Star in some pretty extreme rocky conditions. I get it, not everybody's gonna take their North Star and go rock crawling, but we like to test things really to the extreme and see how it handles. So up front here we have our Ranger 1000 winch bumper, headlight to headlight protection, a bull bar to help keep some of the brush off of our front facing camera, and our grill as well as these accent panels that protect the lights behind them. Our dual row stealth optics lights really help light the ditch up to the left and right of us and give us some really good light coverage. You have the option to run your factory winch or bolt up a Warren winch underneath the bumper. It stays back behind it, protected. We also have our massive D-rings up front, as well as a 2-inch receiver hitch that is nice and integrated into the bumper. So if you've got a front-facing feeder or something that you want to put up here up front, we've got that option covered for you too. So we've got some massive 35-inch tires on this Ranger North Star. How did we do it? Well, we changed the overall stance of this machine with our Thumper Fab long travel. Not only did we make this wider, we offset the axle, allows us to run this much larger 35-inch tire, increases the capability, as you can see from the rock garden and the trails today, really turns this into a trail-capable rig. Not something you expect from your North Star, but something that you can definitely accomplish now with a long travel and paired nicely with these adjustable Fox shocks. So with our Ranger long travel, not only does it replace the control arms, but we also replace the tie rods with a much beefier steel design with kryptonite joints. We also have a billet tie rod option, which is pretty cool. Adds a little bling to a Ranger. I'm digging it. We replace the brake lines, front and rear, so you get a longer brake line, no jinky extension, a complete brake line replacement, and a complete axle replacement with the option of the Cobra or the King Cobra for the toughest axle out there on the market for this. So on the side of our North Star, and giving us a big step up into the cab, are our Thumper Fab Nerf rails. Now they're definitely a Nerf rail. I wouldn't call them a rock slider, but they did a great job helping protect our doors out here in the rock garden when we were really getting close to comfort on some of these big rocks. Up top, our Thumper Fab F-Series audio roof. Now this one's rocking our fully loaded out Rockford Fosgate system. Built-in roof rack, LEDs up top, all the way around. It really gives you absolutely everything that you'd want out of a roof. Seals on our North Star, and just looks great with the added headroom and a nice clean look on the inside. Back here in the back, our Thumper Fab Ranger Elite winch bumper gives us the option to bolt on an Axon Warren winch for those buddies that you're always just having to yank along behind you. But gives us protection for the back of the Ranger, gives us a winch, integrated lights, tucked behind that custom accent panel. Them being tucked behind there keeps them out of the trail debris, out of the brush, gives us nice protection when we're backing up on the trail. Our bed rack, built specifically for the Ranger, gives us the option of a rear tailgate and more storage, keeping everything in the bed secured, and options up top for storage as well as on the side for our Rotopax mounts, tool mounts, and even a full-size 35-inch spare inside the bed there. So this rack really helps keep everything, even in the most extreme conditions out here on the trail, nice and secure. We're not worried about losing something down the trail and having to go back and get it. We've got our gear with us in case we need it. So at the end of the day, if you're wanting to take your family out trail riding, you got 6 people that you want to take, both are great options. Plenty of room for gear, plenty of room for up to 6 people in the cab. Long travel suspension really turns these things into some trail capable rigs as we've seen today. And hey, either way, you can't go wrong. Drop us a comment down below. Let us know what you're riding. Let us know what trails you're hitting. We want to come out, see you on the trail, and hey, maybe race. We'll see you.